Hey everyone, Matthew here from Red Flyer Tech. Today I'm going to give you guys a complete tour of my smart room setup before I tear it down to move into my college dorm in a few weeks. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Alright guys, this is a very odd camera angle here, but the first part of my room we're going to be showing off is actually the ceiling lights. And I have two Phillips Hue dimmable white ambience bulbs up there, and I control them three different ways. The first way is with the Phillips Hue Dimmer Switch that I have on my wall. You have to make sure the normal light switch is completely powered, and then this one just connects via Bluetooth, so no wiring or any of that. I didn't want to have to do any of that, and my parents didn't really want me wiring into the wall. So it just connects via Bluetooth to the dimmer switch that I can control right here with the on-off buttons and the brightness control buttons. And if we just keep pressing the on button, it'll toggle through the different color temperatures. So right now it's the warmest one. Now it gets a little bit colder, I guess you could say. Then it gets a little bit colder, and finally it gets very blue. This is definitely my focus mode when the lights are on this temperature right here, but you can control them via the dimmer switch. It connects via Bluetooth. You can also control them with the Echo Dot, I have them in the bedroom group, so when I turn on or turn off bedroom, it'll automatically turn those on and off to the previous configuration. Or I can use the Alexa app on my phone, but I would definitely recommend them. They were about $45 for a 2-pack and another 15 or 20 bucks for the dimmer switch, I believe. Alright guys, so the second part of my room that I want to show you right now is actually the simplest one. As you guys can see, I have the bedroom right here. These are the three smart plugs that I'm using. The lights are also included, but you won't see them right here. But if I turn on the bed lights right here, the bed is surrounded by LEDs just like that, and I'm manual focusing just so I could actually show you my phone right there. But I just have an LED strip that goes around the bed and underneath. It looks pretty cool. It's just one LED strip, and it's on a power supply that's on a smart plug. Pretty simple, but it makes the room look really cool. Now, following that up, I do have the most advanced one now, and this is actually my desk setup. The way I set up the desk is I have two different surge protectors behind the desk on each side. One of them is connected to a smart plug, one of them is not. The one that's not smart plugged is things that always needs power, like the Xbox or my laptop charger or the Echo Dot, things like that. And then if I say, Alexa, turn on desk, it powers everything else. So that would be the LED strips that are lining the bottom of the desk, in the back of the desk, and the back of the monitor, going all the way around. And then the monitor, the TV, and the LED strips that are USB'd into the TV. Sometimes they take a little while to turn on. Unfortunately, the TV does need to be turned on with a remote just because it's limited by its own technology. There's no way to turn it on that I've found, at least, without opening up the TV and wiring things that I definitely did not want to do. So I do need to turn on the TV with the remote, but I switch back and forth on the TV to connect to either the Xbox or my computer as a second monitor. And everything else is smart plugged. As you guys can see, it works super well having those two different cords set up, or those two different surge protectors set up. Now, if I'm being honest, I do know that my cable management is not the best. That's because I'm moving back to school pretty soon, so there's no point in fixing it. But otherwise, it does work really well. And one other thing that I do want to show you guys, sorry, my tripod is really stiff here. This is my second time filming this video, because the first time I didn't use the tripod, it was really bad. But I do have that light strip that I just turned on that I actually use for Zoom calls. Makes it a lot better if there's a light in front of you. I'll probably do a whole separate video on that. But that's one of those things that's also smart plugged. So when I turn off the desk, Alexa, turn off desk, you can see that it turns off everything, which is really handy. And of course my laptop and things like that will still be getting charged, but everything else is off. And finally, the third section of my room that I want to show you guys is the display in the corner here and a few other things attached, but I call it display on my Alexa app. Not going to worry with the focus, but I'm going to turn it on right here. And as you guys can see, it powers first the monitor, second the Raspberry Pi that's plugged into the monitor, and third the LED strips that are backing it. They're also blue to match everything else in the room. It also powers those lights down there. Those are actually replicas of the COD Zombies perk bottles for any fans. But even if you don't know what they're from, they're still pretty cool lights. They're just little puck lights that are actually white, and then the liquid in the bottles is different colors. It's like different colors of Gatorade and vitamin water, I believe. I made them about a year ago, but they're really cool lights either way. But on this display right here, I actually have like my calendar, my to-do list, the weather, things like that. It's using the DAC software. I could do a whole different video on this if you guys want me to. Drop a comment down below. But it's really helpful, keeps me organized. Not too much on my calendar right now because it's the summer and because of the pandemic, but when I was more busy, it definitely helped out a lot. And finally, I do also have a fan right here. I know it's kind of dark. Let me make it a little bit brighter in here. That doesn't really help at all. Still tough to see. I do have a fan there. I keep it separate from the bedroom group because I don't always want the fan on every time I come in the room. So if I tell the Echo Dot to turn on bedroom, I don't necessarily want the fan on, so I don't mind keeping that separate. But as you guys can see on the Alexa app right here, I have the main bedroom section that just turns on and off with this one master switch right here that I'm not going to do right now because I don't want to turn it off. But the fan is right down here on a separate list. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it did just turn on, and then I can turn it off again just like that. It's on its own smart plug. Everything else is on the smart plug surge protector over here though, but one thing to note is that I do charge my phone, my AirPods right there, and sometimes my Surface as well. That is actually not connected to the smart plug because again, you don't want any chargers on smart plugs because then it won't be charging when you're not in the room and you don't have the lights on. So I found that's pretty important. So let's see the entire room one more time now that we've gone through each part of it. Alexa, turn on bedroom. So when I enter the room, that's the only command I have to say, and you can see it turned on the lights right here. Now these lights actually do remember the previous configuration that they were in, and they stick with that. I can switch the color using Alexa, but that's kind of a pain because I believe I have to do it for each individual bowl, but it doesn't work properly. So I usually use the switch right over here and just press these like when I enter the room to whichever one I want. You can use the Alexa app as well, but it's just easier unless I'm being really lazy and don't want to get up. Just use the switch. But then it'll remember that, so even if we turn off the bedroom and turn it back on, it would stay on that temperature. And then everything's on. So the bed lights are on right here. They look super cool. The desk lights display here. I've tried to keep them all color matched, so you can see it's all blue, 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 matches the blue in the bedding. It goes well with the gray walls, but I had them orange at one point, but my mom didn't like it because she said she always thought my room was on fire. So, you know, orange LEDs kind of do that weird effect. But I do like the blue. I'm thinking for my dorm room I might have some addressable LEDs and do some like color changing stuff, or we'll see, I don't know exactly. But yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As I mentioned, I'm not going to add anything else to this room because I'll be taking a lot of it down when I move into my college dorm in a few weeks. But I hope you enjoyed. Definitely subscribe if you want to see that video and other videos in the future. Comment what you would want to see and drop a like if you enjoyed this video. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.